Good morning guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. Here a little early today, have a very important appointment, but didn't want to miss out on sharing a card that I made in class on the weekend with you girls. So today's stamp set, I am using Pampered Pets. I'm using it in a similar way to what I did last time, but with no die cutting. So I've made a card, I may have shared a card, not made a card live, using Pampered Pets. I bought this at So Not a Cat Family, but we are definitely a dog family, and I just love this set that I can make cat cards for my classes because I know a lot of my customers are cat people, but I didn't have to buy a cat set that I wouldn't necessarily buy. So you get the best of both worlds of the majority of pets that people have, either a cat or a dog, in one set, which is why I love it. And I've also going to be using the Playful Pets paper. So just a strip of it, the ribbons, the trinkets, we're using pretty much the whole suite today. So, but quite a simple card with just some very basic colouring. Yay, Jenny, you're up early. So I am going to get into it because I've got everything prepared from class. So I'll put together one card and I'll make one card because in class I don't always get time to make a full card, so I like to be able to do that with you guys. So thank you all for joining. There you go, Jenny. Thank you for joining. If you like what you see and you haven't subscribed, followed or liked my page, or press the bell depending on where you are watching me, I encourage you to. I am trying to hit a goal of 1,000 subscribers over on YouTube, so I'm able to do some lives over there and engage my followings on both channels. So there are some YouTube only, quite a few YouTube only videos over on YouTube. So if you don't follow me over there, please do. If you search for Ellen Woodbridge, you will find me, nice and easy. So let's flip around and I will get my video up, turn off the lights, say hello, do all of those things. You may need to excuse my hands today. I have a Miss Louisa dog shedding at the moment and I vacuumed the house, so my hands are sort of screaming at me going, I'm done, which is a little bit of a I've got a craft but you're saying you're done, which I'm not very happy about, but that's just the way my hands go and my life goes. So I'll turn off light, get rid of the shadows, and we'll get making this really cute card. And of course, because I've vacuumed the house and Louisa hasn't been brushed today, she's banished outside, so she won't be visiting us today, which is fine. She can spend some time outside sniffing the breeze and just generally being an outside dog. So thank you everyone for joining. Hey Margine, Sylvia, Cindy, Renee, Donna, it's afternoon, Donna, Myrtle and Leanne, thank you so much for joining me. I think I did see Miss D pop in as well. So we're going to be using some Memento ink. We are going to be using the trinkets and the ribbon pack that goes with this card. So I don't know whether I may make one card with the twine and one card with the ribbon. Sorry, I'm unpacking my cart while I'm talking to you. Good morning, Miss Carol. Grabbing all the Stampin' blends that I need as well. So getting I was kind of, note I say kinda prepared for today. And this one. I do need one more, but it's in another bag because I borrowed it. Yes, awesome, Jenny. That sounds great. I love that idea. I've got a dry marker, so I did have to borrow one for class, which is lovely to have amazing people around that I can borrow things off. And I've got my 2 card packs. So this is everything that we're using today. So I've made my I'm showing you everything first. This is unusual. Normally I'm grabbing and going as I go. So I will start popping some things to the side now that we're prepared. Okay. So the paper we are just using this paw print one. Whoops, sorry for hitting you girls there. So the paw print one with hearts, and it's got all your beautiful doggies on the back. You've got a Great Dane, you've got a Pomeranian, you've got a German Shepherd, and I'd say a mutt. I don't know what type of dog that is, so yep. Oh, that's okay. You can use whatever colours you want to make. So the colours I've got is real red, smoky slate, no, light smoky slate, real red, no, sorry, smoky slate, grey granite, real red. But you can make your dog whatever colour you want. I even did a So Saffron dog, although I feel the So Saffron dog did need a little touch of brown, one of our browns, like soft suede or something added to it. But for today I am using this. So I've got 2 here. Apparently we're making 3 cuts because I have 2 sheets. So 2 cards today. Now on the piece I stamped in class, I have added some butterflies. So I'm thinking, I think the butterflies look really cute just there, and it gives him something that he's looking at. Now, I don't know why I'm calling him a him dog, but he's a him dog. Yeah, 57 varieties of dog, and there are actually 2 full 12 by 12 sheets with dog images on them, so there are heaps. Good morning, Miss Nicole. You're up early. You getting the kids ready for school. Nicole's on the other side of the country, so I think we're like 3 or 4 hours time difference. And I need those 2, and they're all the stamps that I require. See, I told you I'm having issues with my hands after vacuuming the house this morning. Okay, Memento ink. For Memento ink, I always find it easier to pop the stamp upside down and to take the ink pad to the stamp. Don't ask me why. I just find it easier and I get a much better stamped image. Ooh, I'm glad, Elizabeth. It's rather adorable. Okay. Stamp him down on 1 and then re-ink him back up and stamp him on the next one. So did everyone in Australia have rather a crisp morning this morning? I think it may have got down to like 0 or 1 last night. Rather chilly. Now I am going to do the dog bowl next. I'm going to, oh no, I might do the sentiment and then I can pop the dog bowl in. I know Elizabeth would have had a chilly morning. I think you're fairly local to me. So just using Memento because we are colouring. And then I like all my inks to match from there. So I generally don't mix Memento and StazOn. I just keep them the same black ink because we all know black isn't necessarily black. And that's okay. Okay, that's that one done. That's that one done. Dog bowl, here we come. I think David's gone out with Louisa. So dog bowl, just trying to, oh no. Crappy dog bowl. 11 degrees here. Oh, nice. I've got the little heater on under my desk, but I am warm after vacuuming the house. So I took the kids to school and then I came home and had breakfast and watched a live stream video from earlier and vacuumed. So I'm feeling, oh, it's raining. Now, I don't know. Of 15 Celsius, that is fairly cool. I think our top today is 17 actually. So just adding in the butterflies, just, I don't know, just on the corner of the sentiment. I just feel it finishes it off. And I think I'm going to be making yellow butterflies today. The girls on the weekend chose to do purple posy ones. But I'm thinking I want a shot of like yellow or orange on this card. That is all our stamping done. So it looks rather boring at the moment, but we're going to bring it to life. And I am going to put that ink pad off to the side. So for the colouring, I am going to start with, I'm going to do it both ways. One, I'm going to start with the light, and the other one, I'm going to start with the dark, and you can see the difference. But I normally tackle one section at a time, and I know there's a blend I didn't grab out, so I've just gone over mostly everywhere with the light. Then I am going to go in with the dark, and I'm going to add shadows and make his eyebrows and around his muzzle dark, his little goatee. She's outside, doll. So just adding in some shadows, and then to blend those shadows and bits together, I go back in with the light, do a few circles. That just adds in a third colour. Try not to go outside the lines like I just did. And I do a light, another wash over the whole bit. Now, to get rid of that terrible colouring that I just did, I get my colour lifter and I just dab that deeper into the cardstock, and that will disappear after that's dry. So I've left his nose and the inside of his ear purposely white, because I will go in and add some light whatchamacallit, flirty flamingo, because my Louisa has a pink nose, so I want this dog to have a pink nose too. Who is joining me? Hey Margaret. Hey Kathy. Hey Shelley. Shelley, you haven't missed much. 2 videos in a row. Impressive. Maybe me coming on at a different time has helped you today. So I'm going to add a bit here, a bit there, along there. His rough fur, dark tummy, dark where his legs overlap, darken the other rough bit, and just under his collar. Okay. And then I will do the same thing again. So you can see it looks pretty rough compared to the top bit, but the magic is when we go in and just blend all those edges, and it just softens it out so beautifully. And I'm just adding an edge here without adding any extra, so you can see it's still looking a little rough. You can see where I've done that, and then in those lighter areas I just add another layer, and that brings it all together beautifully. And just dab in any of those bits and bobs that you've missed. I missed the tail, I missed a little rough bit just here, and I think I'm good there. So to finish him off, I'll grab, now I don't do any blending with his nose and his ear. Now this is, I grabbed the wrong flirty flamingo, and I'm going to throw this up the other end of the room for the boys because this has a really, really frayed edge, but it works for what we're doing today. Oh, thank you. I'm going to show you both ways. So that was light to dark, and now I'm going to do dark to light on the other image. So I've done my pinks there. See, I was right. I was literally throwing it. So that is our shading for this one. Now this one I did with the dry one. So the original one is a bit of a look at, not look. So let's do our dark to light. Once again, doing a section at a time. So I'm going to concentrate on the head first. Eyebrows. And just under his chin, on the tip of the ear. So that sort of creates the jawline across there, and just a touch across the back of his head. And then what I'm going to do is go and blend those lines out. So just so those lines aren't so harsh. It'll show better in these larger areas. And then I just go over the whole image. Now neither way of colouring is wrong. It is just your personal preference. So you do get a slightly lighter blend because you haven't added as many colours or as many layers. Ooh, yeah, exactly, Linda, exactly. So this is a schnauzer, is it? I'm not great with my dog breeds. I know the ones I know, and that's about it. I'll do his dark little tummy. Come in here and give him some shadow here, and define his leg, darker tail, do all these little tufts of hair here, little bit darkness under the collar, and then I will go in with my light and we will do layers of shading. So I'm just going to go in and dot all those bits I missed. So So go in and blend out that harsher dark line. So you can see that line is blended. You can go over it as much or as little as you want, and then I'm going to go in, cover those light areas, and they will be our highlight areas, and that's that doggy done. So I've done it very similar on both, but you can see where, yeah, it's personal preference. Actually, I want to add a bit more there. You can go in as much as you want, and oops, I did go out of the lines a bit there, but I am adding a grey granite shadow under there, which I'll do last. And then to flip it over, you can actually see how it soaks through the paper. So using our real red, light hand, red colours are the worst to erase, and I mean that, the absolute worst. So this one is our dark, so I'm going to add a dab to each end of the collar, and I mean a dab, and I'm going to just colour the front of the bowl. I know I've stuffed up this bowl a bit, and I'm actually going to make the inside of the bowl silver. I will add that in a sec. Now I'm going to go in with my light and just feather that end, and this is going to give it the illusion that it is round, and it's not. It's just a stamped image on a very flat piece of paper. So do that, and then in the middle a very light wash, and then that will give you the illusion that it's round. Oh, I've forgotten the inside, the middle of the collar. That also just gives that shape and definition to the collar as well. Hey Laura, how do you guys know what size cards to make? I think the precise measuring intimidates me. Okay, Tatiana, size of cards. I generally use half of the cardstock in your country. So in Australia, I use half an A4. So half an A4 is 14.85. If I cut it 14.85 for the score, and 10.5 if I do it like that, and the other way, the other side. But I do, yeah, I generally just do half. That works for me. I do sometimes do a slimline style card, which is a bit more of a business, fits in a business sized envelope. Now I am thinking I may take some of this colour away with the colourless blender, just in the middle. So this just pushes the marker deeper into the cardstock, and I just scribble any extra ink off. I scribbled that directly onto sticky tape, which wasn't helpful. Okay, done that. Need to ground them all and then quickly do our butterflies. So they're floating in the air at the moment, so I do want to give them a touch of ground to pop them on. So I do that just really roughly. Then I go on with my color lifter and just make it a little bit less prominent and push that into the cardstock. Just rounding them there. Okay. Butterflies. So saffron, I'm not going to blend them. I'm just going to take the dark so saffron and just give them a dab. Just to give them that. No, I like yellow and orange as pop colours. So there you go. They are done. And I will add the proper colour of the one I used. So there you go. That's those. Used heaps of blends, but that's how it goes. They are completely done. I will add some trinkets now. Thank you. Tatiana, did my answer help that I generally use half whatever your standard cardstock size is in your country? I don't use 12 by 12 paper. Yeah, I'm going to use one dog bone and one heart. Oh, I might use 2 dog bones. And then I will show you how I've stuck them on and then coloured them using the blends. Because I find sticking them on first helps. Now these are the Playful Pets trinkets and you get the heart and the dog bone. So, mini glue dots. Thank you. Not done yet. This is just the colouring process. Okay. Done. So, just fold a glue dot in half, pop our trinket over, pick it up, and then glue it down. Okay, let's see if I can make that look so easy for the second one. So I literally just fold these in half, have it on the end of my scissors. If I can turn this over, pop it on the back there, and then pop it on the dog. Okay, so now I just take my dark, real red brush end. Oh, right. Take that lid off. Oh, of course I'm taking off the bullet end, aren't I? Not helpful. Not helpful. And I just colour, and I will do a couple of layers. I just colour in the bone part. I don't try and get the outside because I like the look of the coloured bone and the silver on the outside. So these bones aren't going to be coloured perfectly, trust me, but you can build up a couple of layers of colour. And they will look a little worn, just like your own dog's collar. I know Louise's medallion is like, it used to be a circle and now it's an oval because she wears a bell, and she wears her guide dog medallion, so they all rub together, which is pretty funny. Okay, so what I did from here is I took my Stampin' seal. Ooh, nice. Perfect, Cindy. So I took my Stampin' seal and I'm just doing a line all the way across the top. When I get to the end, I angle it back and pull it. So I had one of my girls on the weekend. She wasn't extremely confident with using seal, and she got the knack. She was so impressed with herself. And then all I do is I just lay this on and pick that up. So that is fairly straight. I am going to be mindful that there is that on the back, so I'll pop that over there. Do the same with our second and our third ones. So the special part of this card is the colouring. The rest of it I have made really quite simple because it's all about the doggy. So just sorry, I've gone silent because I'm lining up. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty impressed with that actually. And one more for good luck, which is the one I did in class. So bummed that you guys all can't come to my classes. We'd have a hoot. I'm actually not sure exactly how much card making we get done. Now we really don't need that much glue, but because we're using such a long piece, I do like to use that much. Okay, that's pretty good too. Done. Well, that was a bit easier than what I anticipated to do those. Okay, so now I am going to take the pin out first. I'm going to do one with our red stitched grosgrain. Now these two, the baker's twine and the ribbon, come as a pair. So they come as a duo pack. Hey, Woodbridge. Ooh, yes, this stamp set, totally worth it. Totally worth it. I love it. Okay, so that's not helpful, although it's good that it's sticking on the back, actually. Just got to get it flat. Now, Woodbridge, are you home yet? I will ask because I've been thinking about you. Keep an eye out for your mailman, miss. Oh, no, there's no screw up. More layers. There's no screw up, Jenny. Jenny's making this with the girls. Those girls that have come in. If you were my tweezers, you would be back here. So when tying a bow, I generally do use my tweezers. There we go, that is now flat. Because I like to hold, these are just my reverse tweezers, one of my bestest crafting friends. Okay, so I hold the knot, and then I can concentrate on the bow without worrying about tension and all of those things. Oh my dear word. Come on. Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, my fingers are still fried from vacuuming because I'm using a handheld vacuum. But anyway, it's all good. Because that knot is holding for me, I can muck and play without losing my tension, which I love. It helps me immensely. And then when I'm pretty close, like there, I will take out my reverse tweezers and then start properly playing. Nice. I'm pretty happy with that, except for I've got a big kink in it. I don't know whether I like the black and white or the red. I don't know. That's why I thought I'd do it. I just got more. I bought them eons ago, not from Stampin' Up. If you do your favorite search engine search for reverse tweezers, you will find them. But I do love mine. They pretty much get used every time I play with ribbon. Okay. I like that. That's working well. Besides my not keeping the ribbon flat, but we'll leave. It's handmade, not Hallmark. I might stick this down straight to the card base, hey? Get this stuff out of the way. Foam folder. I think the twine ones I did put on dimensionals because the twine's a little more bulky. Hello, Carol. Yes. I need our Stampin' Up Red Lady to pop in. Neither do I, Catherine, but that's why I use the reverse tweezers, because it really, truly does help me a lot. So now I'm going in with Stampin' Seal and just putting in or on some tabs of glue. Oh. There we go. So just tilt it up and pull it back. On itself breaks it perfectly. So then there is glue or adhesive ready to go straight away. I think they may be the ones I have, but I don't know. Had them for way too long. So all using real red today, girls. Now, I just placed that down. I didn't actually do any hard pressing, so I could pop that straight back up. Perfect. Maybe not. Okay, that's good now. So now I can use a bit of pressure and get all those bits done. If you wanted to, you can glue dot that bow down, but I don't feel I need to because that's sitting quite nicely for me. Card number 2. I think I'm going to go baker's twine this time because I love myself a bit of baker's twine. I dislike making bows also, but put 2 holes in a piece of card. Oh, okay. I like having, I like the texture, so I like putting it all the way along. but that's just me. Am I doing it? No. It's getting caught in my ring. That's way too much, but oh well, it's stuck, I think. Right. Not. So I pulled that fairly taut, so I have, you can see I've got some give with that. Straight across the knot. Just sit like that, please. Thank you. Done. Why was that one so much easier than the ribbon? Normally I struggle more with baker's twine. Truly. Okay, take that out. Okay, hold on. Get this all going the right way. That bow is too big, or the loop is just a titch too big for what I want. Okay, now they're even. Where are my ribbon scissors? You like the red best, Ruth? Okay. I like your idea too, Ruth. But yeah, that's just not the way. I think you just get into a habit and you know the way you do things. Okay. I might make two red, two black and white. Oh, this has stuck down on the back and I just want to move it a titch. I just want to line it up with that join, and I'm going to add dimensionals. We're down to rationing dimensionals, girls. But because this is a larger card, I will be a tad generous because I don't want it sagging in the middle. So that's our middle covered. And then, because no one likes a saggy middle. Thank you. I've got a bow maker stand as well, but if I'm tying it around a card, I can't use a bow maker. And it's not a stand, I just have a bow maker. But that's all. It's all easier said than done when you're tying it around a card. Thank you, Catherine. Okay, I think that is all good. All good. Won't need dimensionals again. Of course, they do not want to go back. I ain't getting rid of my saggy middle anytime soon, word. I'd prefer it not be there because it's now extra saggy, but yeah, I get you. Okay. So, yeah, who was asking about Tatiana. So this is, I will show you because I have 2 card bases here. So this makes up a full sheet of A4 paper. What I've done is scored it one way and cut it the rest, so I get 2 card bases, and that's how I work out my cards. So because I'm up to that step, I can show you what I do. And not everyone does their cards like this, lengthways. A lot of them cut it the way I score it. I think I watched, and I still do watch, a YouTuber who does it like that, and I thought, oh, I'll try that. Fell in love with it and haven't gone back. But it's all personal preference. I sometimes do custom size cards, like a square card or something like that, but I find I have a lot of wastage with that, so I just generally stick with a standard size card, and then I don't have any wastage off my card bases. Okay, that's that one down on the dimensionals. And just our final one, and so baker's twine or ribbon? Yes, that does make sense. I might try the ribbon again. I did say I was going to do that. But I do love both of these. Except we're sticking. This just does not want to sit flat. Hopefully that's flat on the back. And I do tie off the roll as well. I just find I waste less if I tie off the roll. Yes, I mean it's different if you're using 12 by 12 cardstock Woodbridge. If you're using 12 by 12 cardstock, using making a 6 by 6 card makes perfect sense. But if you're using if you're using standard size cardstock, just cutting it in half makes sense. Sorry, I'm just trying to not have the kink in there like last time. No. Thank you, Bunny. Thank you so much. Just a little something I came up with. I was inspired by a number of cards that I saw and thought, oh, I can put that together. Okay, that one came together much better this time. No fingers and thumbs. Okay, now the other thing when tying a bow for me, I try not to pinch the ends of my ribbon. I do try to put my fingers in the loops, so then the loops don't look pinched. I don't know how else to say that. Just so they're not, you don't create a crease in your loops. Oh, no problems, Tatiana. Hopefully you just heard I did give you a bit more of an explanation to the card size bit that we were talking about earlier. A visual look at it. Okay, that's good. just put it up to the line where I want it. Unstick here, slide it into place. Done. Done, done, done. Now just cut my tails and I'm almost done. So as always, if you would like to purchase anything I have used today, you can purchase all the products I used today under one code in a suite. So that is a great way. I did purchase it that way. So the stamp set, the paper, the trinkets and the ribbon, you can purchase those as a suite if you love them all like I have, because hey, that just makes life a bazillion times easier. See. Oh, before I do that, fold our card. Now I pre-score all of my card bases because that just makes life a little bit easier. Okay. And also makes folding it, you don't get any cracking or creases. So using Stampin' Seal again, so glide, tilt, pull back, glide, tilt, pull back, glide, tilt, pull back, glide, tilt, pull back. I sort of repeat that in my head, so I thought I'd say it out loud for you girls. Glide, tilt, pull back, glide, tilt, pull back. So just some tabs there to help us along. And then just, so what I find is I place it, and when I'm happy with that placement, I then, oh, yeah, that'll do. I then push down. So 3 cards we made today using the Pampered Pets, the Playful trinkets, we used the matching ribbon, and we just used Memento ink and all of our blends. So the blends are Smoky Slate, Real Red, we used Grey Granite for just under our dogs, and I used Light Flirty Flamingo for pink noses and insides of ears. And on the cards I made today, I did use a dark So Saffron for the butterflies. That's okay, Jenny, that's okay. I'm glad I've inspired you. These card sizes are just half a, it's what I call, or what everyone calls, a standard size card. So it's half an A4 sheet, folded or cut and folded in half. So you get 2 of these out of your standard cardstock, because Australian cardstock and US cardstock is actually different sizing, which is why you never hear me talk about sizing in my card videos, because you guys have slightly shorter and fatter cards and ours are longer. My pleasure, girls, my pleasure. I enjoyed making this card. I always find colouring quite soothing, and hopefully my demonstration of the colouring at the very start, going light to dark or dark to light, gave you a bit of insight on how you can colour, and maybe you'll go and experiment and find what works for you. And for some cards you may go dark to light, and for other cards you may go light to dark. So I am undecided about which I prefer. I just go with what I go with on the day, because I've been using these alcohol-based Stampin' blends for so long, I can go either way and get the look that I like in the end. The other thing we did use is the Pampered Pets paper. And it's not called Pampered Pets, it's called Playful Pets paper, which is this strip here. So I will be back on Thursday. Not sure what we're making on Thursday. Have an amazing couple of days, and I will catch up with you guys really soon. Thanks for the support. Contact me if you need me. Bye.